Okay, so continuing with our Gradebook app. I had some trouble at the end of the last video, and I went ahead and trimmed about 10 minutes of me flailing around off of it. So it ends abruptly, and basically what happened was I had the app working, and when it pops up the file chooser, sometimes it comes up behind the IDE, and it took me a while to figure that out. So let's go ahead and continue, and I'll show you real quickly that it's actually working, and then we'll do the next module. Okay, so let's see here. So here we are. I'll go ahead and run it. So there's my menu. I hit 3. And right now is where the J file chooser is not being, I can't see it, but it's actually behind the app. So if I minimize the app, there it is. We'll figure out how to get it to go on top here today, I hope. I've seen this before, but usually, for some reason this time, it's been doing it consistently from the very beginning. And that was kind of unusual. So it seems like it always wants to go to the back. I actually thought it might be because I'm using a Java-based screen recorder here to record these videos. So, you know, ghost in the machine stuff, right? Alright, so Google Drive, CP1 working, Gradebook App. Here's the Gradebook App directory, and I've created a couple of files now. So 3rd grade lockpicking, 1st grade math, runes 1. So let's go with 3rd grade lockpicking. We'll go ahead and open this, and then we have to get back into the NetBeans IDE, and now you can see. So here we go. That's where we made our choice. Student records for 3rd grade lockpicking. Bilbo Baggins, Frodo Baggins, Samwise Gamgee, and I think that's double E there, misspelled, and Boromir. And then it prompts for the next, display option chosen. That's a debugging message. We can get rid of that now. Okay, so sorry about that. Last time I got a little confused, but it was actually working fine. So we're going to try and refine it now. If I can figure out how to get back into the editor. Okay. Alright, let's see. One thing I see is it's going to be better to have another new line here at the very beginning. Let's just add one in here. I'm going to run through and do some embellishments. Oops. There we go. Alright, let's see. So get choice, then okay, so we just debugged the display, so we don't need to have this line here. We can comment it out for now, like we did with the other one. So now we want to do the add grades. And so let's just think a bit about how that works. We have to have a file, so the user will pick a file. We'll open the file to read it, and then we'll probably have to resave it. So we'll have to think about how we can do that. Yeah, that won't be a problem actually. It just overwrites the files by default, so that should be okay. Alright, so we're going to open a file and read it, and then write a new file. We haven't really done this all in one section so far, but I think we can best copy that method that we just put in, which uses the file chooser. So we're going to need that. So that's this most similar code. So again, I'm going to kind of plagiarize myself here instead of just rewriting all the code. And so I will copy my display class set method. I'm holding down the shift key, and I'm just going to use the arrow key to move down. And then I think I'll just use the mouse instead here. So okay, so somehow I lost the, oh, I'm holding the wrong key, the control key. Sorry about that. Oh, wake up, Tom. Not enough coffee. Okay, here we go, sorry. So it took me a minute just to select the method. So control copy, and I'll just hit the down arrow, and that should, it didn't, so now I have to go down to the end of the method. And I can just check here, there's the gradebook class. So this is going to be main, or my last method, it's my last method. So I want this here in the class, so I'll insert a couple of lines, and then control V, paste it back in, slide right up to the top because now it's an error because I have a same method name. So this is going to add grades. So let's see, add grades. I guess we'll call this add grades to set. Okay, let's see. So we're going to use the file chooser again. Oh, that reminds me, I have some file chooser code to add in here. Let's go ahead and get that. So file name extension filter here. This is how we control what kind of files are displayed in the file chooser. So I just thought I'd add one of these in, and I'll go ahead and grab all of the sample code here. Let's see, looks like, yeah, this is the Oracle site for the Java documentation. Okay, so I've grabbed that. Let's come back in here. So right here is where I create the JFile chooser, and the new code needs to sort of surround that. So here we go. So filter file filter filter. Okay, so Control Shift I, and that should give me, yes, Java X-Swing file chooser file filter. So there's my import. And then now this is just basically the same line I have down here with my file chooser. So now what I want to do is grab this code here, Control C, and then X to get rid of it, and paste it right down here. And then we'll just change the name. So this is not file chooser, it's chooser. So this is what I called mine. Okay? And then now we'll just change the filter. And the filter we want is not JPEG files, but rather this is a class set file. And then we have some options here, and I think you can put as many of these as you want, which are extensions. So TXT is our first extension. And then we'll also do text as a full word, although I don't know, maybe on the Mac they do that with one of the Mac editors. And then finally, as an experiment, I'm going to add the CSV, because the CSV is a text format, but it's comma separated values. And eventually when we start adding the grades in a few minutes, you'll see that we're going to really be using a CSV file here for our record set. Okay? Alright, let's see. So we've just added the filter. So now when the user goes to pick a file, as they go through the directories, it'll only show the files that have those extensions, so TXT, text, and CSV. Alright, let me see here. Boolean done input, class, file, scanner, in file. Oh, and we do need the out file too. And let's see, I think, yeah, we'll need the array list as well here. Alright. So we got our file filter now. Let me put a blank line in here. Take this one out. These, I like to kind of group the comments like that. So, or the statements like that. So these all have to do with the file filter and the file chooser. Alright, now let's see. Get the selected file, in file equals new Sanders class file. Okay, so now let's think about what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and read the data from the file, and then we're going to present the user with one name at a time so they can add the grade, and then we're going to save the file. Okay, so class file chooser, get selected file, that creates the in file. We read the header, student records for class file dot get name, that gets the name of the files. Okay, so this is going to display the names. It makes sense to display the names too, and then probably we should have a confirmation here. So basically what we've got here is it just displays the names. Let's go to the end of this line and add a new line here. I've noticed in the output that some of the lines were kind of run together. So this will print a couple of blank lines after the student records. Okay, let's see, and that closes the file. Okay, so we've just read and displayed the file, and what we might want to do here is go ahead and load the data into the array list. So we are going to use the array list again. So I left it in here and commented it out before. So that's going to be called names. Good. Okay. Okay, so student record equals in file, next line. Alright. Names dot should be add, yep. And then that'll be student record. Okay. So this code's real similar, and we went over it before. Basically, as I'm reading the file, I'm reading the entire line of a student record. Now, there's a little trick here. I don't know that that's just a student name. It's going to turn out, each time we read this, that we'll read the whole line, and that'll include the student and all the grades. Right now, our test file just has student. It doesn't have any grades, just has the names. So right now I'm rebuilding the array and I'm adding these, and although I'm calling them names, they're really records. Do you see that difference? And I probably, could have done better in naming these because of this. Now later on, if we make the students into objects, it'll make sense to write it this way, but that'll be a way down the road for us. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so we just read this in, then we closed the file, and so now we want to go ahead and get the students and get the grades. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to prompt the teacher with the student name and have them enter the grade, and we should be able to use our get ranged int method again here. Okay, so we're going to use the array list, so we'll use a for each style. So for, you've seen this before, string name colon, which is in name, so that we read that as for each name in names. And then let's put a block in. And then, okay, so now let's see, it's going to be okay. So let me think a moment. We have to so we need to write out our pseudocode. And I apologize for my coughing there. I'm just kind of under the weather here. Okay, so prompt with name of student, and then get grade 0 to 100. Okay. Now we already have a method for this, which we've already included here in the program. It's the one we wrote previously. So let's go ahead and use that. And so then this is going to look something like this. We'll have to have some variables in here. So I need to have a record variable, which is, it means, okay, no, a grade variable is a better name. So let's see, I'll have to define that. This should be a local variable, so I'm going up to the top here of the method. There's no reason for this to be global to the whole application. So right up here, that's where I've been doing this all along. Not sure if I ever really commented on that to you or not. Okay, so this is going to be int, we'll call it current grade, because in the context of the loop, it'll successively take on a value of each grade here. Okay. Alright, so then basically we just come down here and we say cur grade equals get ranged int, and then we have to pass the scanner. Oh, did I open the scanner? I might need to do that still. So we need another scanner here called console. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just thinking a second about how to do this. Yeah, so I just thought we had this in here. It had been commented out. So we need a second scanner, and this is going to read from the console. I'm just going to go ahead and leave it in. That's fine, as in. And then now we come down here. The user picks the file. We read the file into the array, and now need to put some comments in here. I've been kind of lazy about that. So now it'll be read in student grades. So for each name in the file, current grade equals get ranged int in, which is the scanner. And then let's see, I think the next one is the prompt, and then low and high. And here low is 0. Let's see, do I have that in the global file? I think I have that set already, yeah. So let's try that and see if it recognizes it. Low and high. Nope, doesn't see those. I think those will show up in my let's see, where is that? Should be all the way up at the top here. Oh, they're just lowercase. Oh, and they're regular ints too. Let's see, those are in. It's not a good idea to have those global. So let's get back down here to where we're working. There we go. Okay, so we added the low and the high end. Going to get rid of these. I thought I had global constants for these. I probably should change that to the constants, but I'm trying to get through the file stuff for you here. Okay, let's see. I think this should be the prompt. Enter grade for, then a colon, a space, and then we want to add the name here. So plus name. Now we'll have to refine this down the road, but it'll work initially. But once we start having grades in the file, it'll act a little weird. Okay, so that gets the current grade. And now we need to write. Oh, we can just update the array list and then we'll write it all out at once. That's good. So we're kind of adopting this model sort of on the fly that we'll have everything in memory. And we might decide not to do that down the road, and then we'd have to make some architecture changes here. Okay, so let me go ahead and get this full screen again for you. We're not using this. So this is going to prompt the user for the current grade. It'll use the getRangedInt, and it'll display the student's name. And then let's see. You know what? I think we're going to want to put a new line in right here. So let's just go ahead. Actually, we can go ahead and try this. So, oh no, as we read the grades, we have to add them to the array list, of course. Okay. So we just got the current grade, and then basically what we'll do is we'll say name dot, let's see if it'll let me do set. Oops. So name is a string. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to use this form of the for loop. Alright, so let's change this. So for int nm equals 0, and then while nm is less than, what's this? What's the name of the array list here? Names dot size. nm plus plus. Okay. So then let's see. Here name is going to be oh yeah, I have to do that. So names dot get and then that would be nm, the index. So the way this works now is we have a numeric indexed instead of an object type, which before we had the string. So this is going to go from 0 to size -1, which is the indexing for the array list. And then as it gets each one, it will say enter the grade for that. And so that's actually the entire record. Let's see, I think we need to add... No, that should be alright. Sorry, I got the mouse moving around over there. Okay, yeah, I think we got it now. So now that's going to display that. Now we can set the value there too. So names dot set, and then the position. Now what's the position? It's NM. So NM, and then this is the new value. And so what this will be is it'll be let's see. So this is the same expression. It's kind of weird the way it's very functional looking code. So let's just copy this, Control C, paste it in here with Control V. So basically this says set the name record at NM to what's already there plus, and now here's how the grades are going to work. We're going to put a comma, a space, and the new grade in. So the first time through, this will add a comma after the name because there aren't any grades yet. Then after that, it will always just be a new column of grades, and they're going to be in numeric form. So there's some conversion here. So basically I'm just like concatenating this value names.get, and no, that's wrong. It's already all a string because when we wrote the first one we write it as a string. So right here where I add this number in, it gets converted to a string. So then the whole record gets written as a string. So what this is going to do is it's going to add the grades to the array list, and then when we're done we need to save them to the file. So let's add some pseudocode here so we keep track of what we're doing. Now write grade records to file. Okay. That's a long one. I'm already at 30 minutes, so I think I'll start this on the next one here. So you get the idea. I don't want to make them too long here. Alright. So let me think about this. Let's run it. Hell with it. I'm going to go for it. Might be a long video. Okay, so let's see if we opened our file. We have a print writer. Did we set that up? I think so. 'Cause remember we copied this code. Although this might not have the print writer because before we just had code that did either input or output, not both. Alright. Well, let's just get busy. I can use the same file. No, I can't really. It's not smart to do that. Alright. Extension filter. Okay, so I need to put the print writer in. And we'll go ahead and create an out file too. So print writer, let's see here, let's do it like this. Print writer out file. Let's see. It occurred to me I should check and make sure we read the file header in, because we're going to have to write it back out. So now we're getting ready and we're going to write a file. And let's see, is this still in the try box? Sure is. Excellent. Good. Okay. So, I'm going to reset my file object. Let's see, file, class file. And we have the class file name. Yeah. Okay, so we can just use that. Let's see. There we go. Choose or get selected file. Create its class file. So then okay, so here's the class file where we got the user already chose it. Now we're displaying this quickly, then we're going to run through one student at a time. So we already have the class file name here, and this is actually a file object, right? So I can just create the print writer with that. So I should say, let's see, we call this out file equals new print writer class file. And let's see, let's just make sure, yeah. And then this is all still in the try block that I made to start with, so I don't have to worry about any extra problems there. Okay, so then basically now we just want to go back through and write the header. So out file, oops, let's make some notes here. Write the header. Out file dot print line, and I think that's called file header. Might be class file header. Let's take a look and see here. File header. So that's the first line of the file. Okay. Oh, you know what? I forgot something. We're supposed to add a label to the file header for each grade. All right. Let's go ahead and we'll implement that in the next one. So right now I just want to go ahead and write the file. So basically, again, I can say now I can use my for string name in name, oops, lowercase names, and then just out file dot print line nm, and then out file close. Okay, so let's just see if we can test this real quick. I'm trying to get the video over. I'm over a half hour. I usually try not to do that. Whoops, looks like we still have an old run running here. So let's close that. And let me see. Okay. Alright, here we go. Oops. What the hell is that? Not sure what that is. Alright. Let's see here. Let's see. Clean and build project. Oh, I got a syntax error. I got a really silly. Alright, let's see what's going on here. Shit. Oh. There we go. Alright, now we're getting somewhere. Okay, so we're going to try to add grades. So, oh, you know what? Did I fix the menu? I don't know if I did. Might not do anything. Yep. Okay, so I forgot to fix the menu. Alright, well, we can end the program with 4. And I'll just close the window. I'm kind of having the slows today with the meds for being in pain. So I apologize. I hope this is a useful endeavor for us. Alright, what am I doing here? Fixing the main menu. There we go. So we forgot to call our method here. I say we. Let's see. What the hell is it called? There, that's called the navigator. That's kind of nice. So add grades to set. So come down here to right there. Add grades to set. And then we'll comment this out. Alright, here we go. Let's try her again. So I want to do option 2. And now the file chooser again is behind. There it is. Unfortunately, it starts the same place every time. This is quite tedious since I'm working off Google Drive. It's a long path. And the next thing I'd like to do in the next video is see if we can make this work better for us. Alright. Gradebook App, sorry. There it is. There it is. And then I think third grade lockpicking is the one that we want to add to. Okay, now we'll go back into the NetBeans IDE. I wonder if we're having an issue with seeing the... Yeah, here was down at the very bottom of the screen. Okay, enter grade for Bilbo Baggins. Alright, so we're going to enter 4 grades. Let's just do 100, 90, 80, and 70. Uh-oh. To grade 4. Why does it say 1 to 4? Oh, I passed the low and the high. That should have been 0 and 100. Oh, and it's also blocking it. Okay. I set the grades to be from 0 to 4, and it won't let me enter the grades. Okay, so it's working, I think, though. Let me go ahead and I'll continue on another video here.